key entertainment networks is a multicultural and diverse world in one place, has celebrity supporters, and provides various entertainment services like branding, hosting, speaking, press kits, live interviews, and more. Just head over to www.chenllc.com to find out more. Thank you for your support. With more and more harmful chemicals being added to foods and products, it is essential to start organifying your lifestyle by ordering natural organic skin and hair products like the charcoal scrub and hair growth serum from Yardi Organic Products that's reaching you naturally. Follow Yardi Organic Products on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Thank you for your support. Looking for great deals on toilet paper, sodas, beverages, snacks for children and company or body products? Go to TBIG LLC, located at 3745 Kings Highway, Suite DC in Douglasville, Georgia 30135 to check out their full inventory. Hours of operation is Wednesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and they're closed from Sunday through Tuesday. Let them know you heard about them from All That Jazz. Hey, greetings and blessings, everyone. This is yours truly, Empress Chassie Warmington, aka All That Chas, aka Lucas Slayer. Listen, guys, people been talking about unity. We've been hearing this for the longest of time, but as quick as people talk about unity, as as quickly as they turn against each other, they start bickering, arguing, fighting. Everybody's trying to lead. Everybody's trying to get their point across, get their opinion, considered and get their, point of view and everything, their idea into the mix. First and foremost, when you have over 10,000 people, even if you just have five people, and everybody has their different point of views or same or similar ideas and point of views on the same matter, it cannot always go just one way, point blank, period. It always have to go the best way. What is the best option? Where's the best route? Like, I'm not okay. I had a friend that asked me a question about a matter that I'm not familiar with. It's not my field, it's not my lane, it's not my expertise or profession. And I let the individual know that that's not something that I'm good at. Like, I can't give you information right off the bat. It's something I would have to really research and find out for you. But as far as me just being able to just tell you verbatimly off the top of my head, I cannot tell you because I do not know. So, you know, I learned that not knowing something, being ignorant of something, does not mean that you're unintelligent and that you're stupid. And I think a lot of times people take offense to someone not. Um, I think they take offense to not knowing something. Rather should I say so? They would rather hold on to their pride and their ego foolish pride and ego, may I add, to try to seem like they have the answers to something that they clearly do not have the answers to. So when that happens, it does cause problems, and it can cause problem, and it will. It cause division, it cause trouble, and you got a lot of people who are very bossy, but they don't know how to lead. They don't have good leadership skill, because one thing about a leader, no matter what your emotions is, no matter what your personal feelings are about something, as a leader, you have to do what is best and what is going to be good for what is principally and morally good, no matter what your point of view or feelings are about it. And with that stated, I was just you have to throw a little politics in this, because I was watching some of the lives with President Biden, and I noticed how, like, a lot of the news reporters, and especially those that are Republicans, have the tendency to want to attack him and his efforts, um, because they're like, well, you knew before you became president this was an issue, et cetera, et cetera. How many of us have accidentally spilled something, or not, I won't even say us. How many of you guys have children, and your children made a huge mess, and it was just too big for them to clean up? Or I won't even use children, and the reason I'm not going to use children, because number 45 is a grown ass man. So let's use a human being. Say that someone that you know created a situation, and the only way that you could move forward is you had to address that situation and you had to clean it up, but you didn't realize how bad it was until you actually put your hands on the situation, actually got directly involved in the situation to clean it up, and then you realize how big and how massive the damage is, and how big the mess is. It's going to take a lot to clean up. So knowing this, it seemed like with common sense that these Republicans would have considered that. Biden only been in office, what now, 4 or 5 days, if that. What, 4 or 5 days? Okay, 4 years of mess that he's trying to clean up, and they're coming at him as if he's the one that created the problem, instead of going after the one who actually created the problem. And as a matter of fact, they even trying to eliminate him from having accountability and responsibility for it, because they're like, they don't want to. President Biden shouldn't address it, because all it's going to do is excite um, his supporters again, and number 45, that is incite his supporters again, and it's going to cause it could cause another problem. What it is whenever Republicans do things in office, it caused a mess. Republican presidents, which oftentimes they always leave a mess, and a Democratic president comes behind them to clean up the mess. They always try to pin the blame on the boy. What are you doing? I'm sorry, my rabbit is like chewing on what. What are you doing? Here's Mystic, guys, my co-host. He always got to be seen, but they always try to blame everything on the Democratic president who comes in after the fact. And you have a lot of people that do that when it comes to unity, and they don't know how to lead. They don't have good leadership skills. And what happens a lot of times, people out of desperation, and then you got some people that's just difficult to work with, difficult to collab with, difficult to talk to. They're the main ones that causes a lot of division, and they're the main ones that want to point fingers, and they want to blame you for issues that you didn't do, that problems that you didn't create. You're just trying to find solution that's going to be fair. And then when people come up with the solution, they're always rebuttaling against it. Everything, they're going to always try to find a rebuttal. They're going to try to find a some kind of way to unconstructively criticize it, try to find a way to condemn whatever decisions anybody make because it wasn't theirs, and because you're not going by what they want, what they feel, and what they think, even though it be ridiculous and it's not going to work in that particular situation. And to be honest, some people come up with great ideas, but it just don't be suited and fitted for that particular situation that is going on. And thanks to everybody who is watching. You can leave a comment if you like. I can see your comments, and I can actually post your comments as well, so other people can see your comments, viewers. But we got a lot of that going on where people say, "Oh, I want unity," but we can't even come together and agree on the simplest things, and that is just really ridiculous. And again, I had to go back into politics because as I was listening to um, what's going on, it's the Republican Party, and I'm not biased against Republican or Democrats. I don't care. Right is right, right is wrong, regardless of whatever your political views are, and you Democrat, Republican, liberal. I don't care. If you're wrong, your ass wrong. Point blank. Period. So what has been going on and what has been holding up everything has not been Biden. He just got in office. What's been going on has been um, former number 45 who did take things seriously, and also Congress who still do not want to help the American people, even the veterans. You guys be surprised how much stuff is going on with veterans who are entitled to receive benefits, and they're fighting them. Congress, that is, the Republicans, are fighting against it. And I'm just like, why are you fighting against things that's going to be good for people's livelihood and help people's livelihood? Don't you want them to have the same things that you have? Have a quality life, be able to afford, proper health, medical, and dental care or hygiene care? Do you not want them to be able to afford health insurance and life insurance, be able to send their children to the best school to get them the best education, the same life that you're able to afford? Why you don't want nobody else to be able to afford that life is all I'm saying. And you have people that do that when it comes to unity. What it is they don't want anybody to have what they got. They don't want you to have the same privileges and benefits as they have because they feel some way superior to you. And sometimes people who are in certain leadership positions or have finances can be that way because they feel like they have an advantage over you, because you in order for you to make this move, you got to rely on them, or somebody who has the income or has the influence or have the connections. And some people use that to their advantage, to treat people any kind of way, be disrespectful, treat people like they're incompetent and like they're servitude to them. And that's not the way to go. So when it comes to unity, either you want it or you don't. Simple as that. Either you want unity or you don't. One thing about unity, me personally, I don't know if anybody knows this, but when stuff first come out, I don't just jump on it. Like a lot of people try to jump on stories because they're trying to get their blog or their YouTube channels, whatever, their streams blowing up, get all these likes and stuff and recognition and attention to their page. And I understand that, it's a competitive world, and that's what, you're supposed to do. However, you have to assess all the information. I sit back and I assess things. I wait until other information come forward. I wait till other things come to the forefront before I jump on it and before I analyze that. I learned not to just jump on stuff out of the emotions and because the way I feel, especially when I'm presenting it publicly like this. I try to make sure that I'm weighing in all of the options and seeing everything in a clearer picture. So what I put it to you this way. Um, I see a lot of biasness when it comes to support. Like, even if you have a really good cause, they don't want to support you because this person may not support you, or that person may not support you, or because it's not their idea. They didn't come up with it. Um, they don't like the concept because, again, it's not their idea or the idea or their friend or somebody who they favor over you or what have you. And it be really ignorant things like that that actually prevent people from uniting and coming together to be able to work together and collab and get things that needs to be done. And I often say, and I still say this to date, there's no such thing as a bad neighborhood or community. What makes that area, that community, or that neighborhood bad isn't the streets, it isn't the trees, it isn't the homes, it's the people who occupy that space that doesn't take care of it. That makes it bad. Okay? So let's get that straight. Let's get that perfectly clear. All right? It's not the streets. If the city is not going to take care of the streets, then it's the city's fault. If the homeowners do not take care of their homes, it's the homeowner's fault. It's not the house fault. If the trees are not being groomed and being cared for, that's the city's fault. If it's on city property, if it's on your property and you're not tending to your lawn and keeping it manicured, that's your fault. That what makes the community look distasteful and bad. Where you misbehave and be inappropriate in a community, that's what makes it bad. That will make, I don't care even if you're low income, and just because you live in a low income project area doesn't mean that you have to destroy it. It's not a green light for you to be irresponsible, to gang bang, to be violent, to do all of these inappropriate things. It's not an excuse to do that. I don't care if it is this, the systemic oppression set it up for you to be that way. But I mean, to resort to violence to make it and make ends meet. But you don't have to choose that route. There's other options like going to school and learning and get a college degree or going to college. If you can't afford to go to college, then by all means, you're just going to have to go into the military, even if it's on reserve. Go into the military. It may not be what you want to do, but if that's what you need to do to escape, then you escape it. And it's really sad that you have people who live in certain areas and certain, income bracket areas that will try to force you to be a gang member, try to force you to be a bad person because you live in a low income neighborhood or you live in an area that's below poverty. They feel like, okay, we have nothing to lose anyway. So instead of building each other up and trying to help each other get better and build these communities up, we just going to fight each other. I'm going to fight you. I'm going to stab you. I'm going to rob you. I'm going to kill you. You don't have to do that. People don't have to do that. It's a complete choice and decision because you can take what you have and you can make it work for you or you can make it work against you. And sadly, a lot of people make it work against them because they don't want to take care of the little that they have. That's not even being grateful. That's not being grateful. And I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of these project buildings are not owned by melanin people. They're owned by Europeans and politicians, first and foremost. Okay. That's who they're owned by. So when you have that situation and you understand that it's systemic oppression, why would you then make it easy for them to suppress you and oppress you? Is my question. Why you make it easy for them to make you into a stereotype? Why do you make it easy for them to be disrespectful to you and what you stand for and keep you in an oppressed environment? Why would you make it easy for your enemies to do that to you? I don't understand that. Me personally, I would not try to help my enemy keep me oppressed and suppressed. I would do the total opposite of what they would expect for me to do because the thing is when they see that they can control you, then they get the upper hand. And that's what keeps the systematic oppression active and keep it progressing the way it has been progressing. because it's individuals who have made conscious decisions and choices to be reckless, to be gangbanging. And I understand, not being able to make income, and you're not able to. It's only so many jobs available. But let me tell you something. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do, even though it's not going to be easy. I remember working 3 jobs while I was in high school. I didn't have to work because at that time, my mom, she was doing really well, and she was married, and he was doing really well. So it wasn't a fact of the income. I didn't lack for anything, um, but it was just the fact that I wanted to be responsible, and my mom taught me how to be responsible. And when I started working and making my own money, I liked the way it feels. I liked getting a paycheck. Okay. So that in itself motivated me to want to be independent and stay independent. And my mom raised me that way as well. My mom had the best work ethics. And the thing about it, I see a lot of people who chooses to fall into the entrapment of systemic oppressions voluntarily by being reckless and being destructive with their lives, and living a destructive or reckless lifestyle. Uh, their parents be working hard too. They go out there, they see them struggling, they see them working hard, and I know a lot of people use that as an excuse to go out there, sell drugs, and to rob and steal and all of that stuff. That's not the reason to do that, because a lot of people who's going out here robbing, stealing, killing this and doing it to help mama put food on the table or get their light bill paid. They doing it so they can buy them a nice pair of kicks, a nice wardrobe to bling out. That's what they're doing it for, and that's the problem that they have, is that the systemic oppression is it being, you can't say now, well, it's because I don't make the income and my mom is struggling, when you're out here gang banging and you're killing people, or you doing, criminal acts, so that you can have materialistic things, so you can have that new iPhone that just came out, so you can try to go get so you go buy that Hemi, so you could go buy that new name brand, that the new season of a major name brand. That's not reason to go kill nobody. That's greed. That is lust. And if you want it so bad, then that same energy that you're using to go and commit crimes, won't you use that same energy to build your own business, or to go to school, go to the military or something? So there are options, even though you may not like the options that are presented and that may be available to you. It's better than living a life of crime, because that's an uncomfortable life. And a lot of the criminals are really, especially when it comes to manipulation, you know how manipulative you have to be a criminal, especially a drug dealer, or you do money laundering, as they call the RICO law, you doing any of that kind of stuff. It takes a really sharp mind to do that. And imagine if people who are doing those kind of things would use that in politics, they would use it in their communities against their local government, so that they can get equality and get it and get the income that, or rather should I say, can build the community into a community that they can be proud of, and that it won't they won't feel the need to go out here and steal and kill and live this criminal activity. But another thing too, people just like quick money, and I hear a lot of them. That's what they say. Oh, it's quick money. I get paid. I can make $200. I can make $1,000 today. And a lot of them say that. And my thing is, if you're really making that kind of money, then why are you still struggling? Why are you still living under a systemic oppressive government? Is what I'm trying to. I mean, like realistically. So when it comes to the unity portion of it, they don't want to unify and talk about those things, because it's always going to be an excuse. It's always going to be an excuse. Um, and one thing I said, for people who like to try to use systemic oppression as an excuse, to justify inappropriate behaviors by people, I tell them just like this. Well, if any of those people who you were saying was systemic oppressed kills your family member, kill you, kill your children, rape the children, rape you, whatever, don't call the cops. Don't look for justice to be served against them, because remember, it was systemic oppression that made them do it. So there's no reason for you to call the law. There's no reason for you to seek justice, because you already said that's you already know why they did it. Remember, systemic oppression. Systemic oppression made them go out there and rob and and put a gun to your dad's head, your mom's head, blow their brain out, and rob them of their car or of their cell phone, of their clothes, or their jewelry, or whatever little they had or a lot that they had. Remember that. So don't look for justice, is all I'm saying. If you're going to keep blaming everything, that all the negligence of people on systemic oppression, it's not only systemic oppression, it's also the lack of being able to unify and get things together, get things done. You think about all of the melanin people for, and I have to say this because we are unfortunately still battling a lot of racism and discrimination. Imagine if we all unified together in our states, not when the cops kill a black person or melanin person, not to when uh, injustices is served against a melanin person, but that we do this whenever we do it because it needs to be done. And we all band together, right? And we go to our governments and we stay in their faces, because growing up, that's what happened. I remember it so clearly, so vividly, like and it was a lot of the women, and then you had the men in the community too, that was very strong leaders. Like they were leaders. And I hate to say it, but a lot of men these days are weak. They don't want to lead. They want everything to be easy and comfortable. They want to be the feminine, since they say that the feminine is the weakest sex, which is a lie. We are not at all. We as women are the ones that's been keeping things going. Let's just be truthful about that. And I'm not trying to be sexist or anything, or discriminate or discredit men in no form or fashion, because there are a lot of powerful men out there doing magnificent things, like Dr. Boykins, like Dr. Roland Martin. There, it's so many that's out there doing powerful things. So I'm not talking about um, people like that who are really in the grunt and actually putting forth the legwork. They're not just talking; they're walking. They put it their action where their mouth is. But you got a lot of men that won't do that. But you have a lot of women that would do that. They still to date. And it's not, I hate when people are like, oh, that's because it's more women than men. No, just in the communities, remember they do the census. And if you're filling out the census like you're supposed to, that's only if. But even still, if you go to pretty much any voting, whenever it's time to vote, just randomly at any day go, you would always see way more women out there to vote than men. Always. You probably would see 20 to 30 women before you see one or two men to vote in the line to vote. So that speaks volume. Therefore, when I was growing up, the men took lead. They did not play that mess. If whatever the woman needed, we see what's going on. Because I remember they would come together in community. They'll meet at either a community center or they'll meet at outside, because the homes wasn't big enough for everybody to come inside. So we'll meet outside. Everybody bring a dish. They have like a big kind of potluck per se, and everybody bring food and they sit around outside and they discuss what's wrong in the community, what needs to be done, what they would like to see done in the community. And they had a person to take notes. The secretary had someone to take the notes, and then they had someone, a sign-in sheet where everybody signed in who attended the meeting so that they could get credit for it. And that doesn't happen now. or days. It doesn't happen. Um, and I'm just, it's just, I hate when people try to put it on. Oh, it's the day and time. It doesn't matter the day and time. Guess what? These issues still are existing, and they only going to get worse as long as that. What I'm saying is, we got to stop trying to use things as excuses. Oh, well, the time has changed. Oh, well, it's systemic oppression. Oh, well, the government gonna do what they want to do. Oh, it's always these excuses. But what that is, that's just a way for people to not put forth the work because it's not an easy process. So because it's not easy and it's not comfortable, a lot of people don't want to do it. That's just the realization of it. Because it's not an easy process, a lot of people just don't want to do it. I can't see who's watching, so if you're watching, I really appreciate it. Thank you so very much. But on that note, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to pause for a minute, and we're going to go into one of our commercials. And this commercial is from TBIG LLC, a wholesale warehouse that's owned by a minority in Douglasville, Georgia. So I would like for you guys to please go check them out. I do shop there regularly, been shopping there for about 3.5 years. Maybe it's probably been 4 years now. It has been 4 years. So I've been shopping with them at that location for a long time. I like to go there before I go anywhere else. Like I won't go to Sam's, BJ's, Costco, which I don't have no membership. Either one of those anyway. I just have membership at Sam's, but I will go to this warehouse first and see if they have what I need. And most times they do. Rarely I would have to go to Sam's. So I go there and they're cheaper than Sam's too. So hey, that's a good thing. But anyway, I want you all to check out some of their products and I would like for you guys to go and support them and let them know that you saw it on my talk show, the Let's Talk People show. Blah, blah, blah. Let's get it out. Let's Talk People show by Chaz C. Warrington. Thank you.
Looking for great deals on toilet paper, sodas, beverages, snacks for children and company or body products? Go to TBIG LLC, located at 3745 Kings Highway, Suite DC in Douglasville, Georgia 30135 to check out their full inventory. Hours of operation is Wednesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and they're closed from Sunday through Tuesday. Let them know you heard about them from All That Jazz.
All right. So going forward, when it comes and I see a lot of times where, and I know it's because there's so many people, and there's a lot of information on the internet and social media sites and platforms. It's a whole lot of information, but I noticed that a lot of times people won't join you because you're not as popular as the next person, and that's another problem that people have. They want to jump on a bandwagon with someone only because they're popular, not because they necessarily do anything in the community or they're making a change in the community, but because they're more popular. And we got to get out of that mentality and stop overlooking people who may not be as sufficient as you may feel or think that they are. The biasness, we have to kill it because either we want unity or we don't. And the only way we're going to be able to work together is that even if we have to start off in small little groups, which I think we should do, is start off in small groups, and then the small groups join each other together and come up with their ideas. And what I do is I like to do a survey where I do a questionnaire and I ask people what in the community, what would they like to see? I give them a link, like Survey Monkey or something they can go on. And I ask them, if they wouldn't mind going onto the website, going to this link and answering these questions so that because my thing is, I'm a community activist, all right? I do community activism, been doing it for several years. So, as a community activist and an advocate, also for those with chronic illness and diseases and disabilities, it is very important for me to know how to serve the people. Yes, make it see what's going on, but there may be issues that I may not have considered or that me unintentionally overlooked or that I'm not as keen on that needs to be included. That's the point of having meetings and unifying together. So I do these surveys. I'm gonna start back doing them more aggressively. I'm gonna try to do one like every week or twice a week and have people to complete them and give me their opinion and let me know what state they're in and everything. Because what happens is I have, and people just have the willingness to do it. Um, who was that? Oh, a music artist that I interviewed was like how people are lazy. It is true. They're very lazy. Like they don't want to click on a link and go to another page to read something. Or they don't want to have to submit anything. Everything has been so gotten so convenient that people are just that lazy where they don't want to do 2 clicks. It is surely not 3 clicks. Are you kidding me? And then you got to submit too? Oh, I ain't trying to do all of that. I mean, like seriously, it's really gotten that bad, and I don't think people really been paying attention to that. And I was like, I'm glad I'm not the only one that noticed that because I thought I was hallucinating for a minute, but I'm glad to know that I'm not. I know that I'm not the only one that feels that way. But yeah, so we got to get together. We're going to do unity. Either you want it or you're not. You don't. And I would anybody who lives like in an apartment complex or what have you, I would encourage you to just get some cars or flyer or whatever. And when you see your neighbor outside, just walk up to them and hand them one of the flyers and cards. And you know that pretty much ask them what would they like to see change in their community. If you need content, just let me know because I have so much stuff that I've already created. I'm telling you, look, let me do this. I got rolls of certified mail stickers. I have books of stamps. I have certified slips. I mean, like stacks of them. I got the signature confirmation return slip to confirm that it's been delivered. Because the thing is, you don't want to just stick it in the mail. You want to make sure that they be held accountable. And the way you do that is if you don't just want to send it to their emails because their emails get so bombarded, but with mail, they have to open it. Definitely. And because it's signature confirmation or you have a return slip on it, like this, which would be certified, like this green one, it's going to be returned back to you as confirmation that the person did receive it and it was signed off. Even on the certified mail letter, there's a place for here where it asks, who received and collect the mail. They have to put their names on it. So you're going to know that it was delivered. And when you know beyond a shout out it's being delivered and they know that it's being delivered, they're going to have no choice but to address it because then it's going to be like, oh, hell, we can't even act like we didn't receive it. Email, they can say, oh, it got stuck in the server or we never received it. But you send it hard copy like that, they can't deny it. So I have literature. And, to send it, depending on what state you're in, it's only like $3.20. So $3, is some change. Just do it. Just send it. Like I'm not saying you gotta do it every week. It's a good thing for it to be done every week, but imagine for all the people in your community, and you don't want you want to have the same goals. And that's the thing. Like when you send these letters in, you want to make sure because what I do is when I collect my surveys, I look and I put things in a category. Okay, health and wellness, health insurance, medical insurance. That's one category. Okay, jobs, minimum wage issues. That's another. Disability. That's another issue. So what I do is I break the issues down in categories, and I show under each category how many signatures and how many people in that community are having issues with that are all having the same issues with this particular category, with this particular matter. Because when you break it down like that, it gives your government, your local government, a better visual of the fact that first and foremost, you're paying attention. And I will have to say, let me pull these up. so I can show you guys what I'm talking about. I'm actually registered with all of my city, my local government um, agencies. So I get mail from them. So I have a separate email to receive all of that information, and I'm gonna tell you, boy, whew, we be getting a lot of information from them. Oof, a lot. But whenever they have meetings, I'm trying to see if I can find one. Uh, Commissioner Steve Bradshaw, okay, for DeKalb County. Let me see what date this is. Okay, he said this to me. This came yesterday because I'm signed up. So I have a list where they go online. They use Zoom, and right here it says let's talk. They have the meetings. You can sign up, and that way you can just go to the meeting. It says watch and let's talk. I told him, I said, stop trying to steal my slogan. I said, that's my show. Let's talk, people. I said, I had it for years, so you have to change your name. I'm going to sue you because mine's copyrighted. But it says, let's talk to cab. So, but yeah, they talk about, different issues. But my thing is, I don't want them asking people who they have forgotten where they came from, or people who are no longer going through those kind of struggles or having those kind of issues anymore. No, you need to be talking to the ones that are still going through these issues and situations. They're taxpayers, they're citizens, and they can't get Medicaid when they need it. They can't get disability when they need it. They can't get good health insurance when they need it. They can't get good quality education for their children. um, you know, they can't get good jobs in the community. It's just a lot of stuff. Y'all let people on the outside of the community come in and take money from those in the community, and then they take that money out of the community and go and do whatever. So live a lavish lifestyle or whatever, and that's not cool. So I bring these kind of things up, and so I categorize them so that way it can be broken down. So when the local government, these leaders, commissioners, state senators, um, the mayor, the governor, all of these individuals, when they see it, they are see collectively these are people in this community, in this neighborhood, and these are the same issues. They all have these same issues. That's unifying, and that's getting stuff done because when you constantly take it before them on a weekly basis, which I bother them every week. I really do. I've had 2 emails blocked because I was emailing them so aggressively that it stopped me. I created another email, and then I started sending them letters. So I send them letters. As you see, I got my all of those slips back there because I send them letters. Um, I don't send it to them every week like I used to. I used to bum rush them. But I'm gonna start back though. I'm gonna start back. I ain't gonna stop. I can't stop. No, especially right now. It's no time to stop. It's time to get more aggressive. But yeah. So you guys need some information, need some content, some literature. Let me know. You guys can hit me up. And the way you hit me up is you're gonna go to the website. Let me pull it up for you guys so you'll know what the website is. Oh, it just showed. I'm sorry. When you go to the website, www.zheenllc.com, you can go to the community page, or you can just click off the home page. There's a button that you can just send a message. You click on that button and just send information. You can put your question there or whatever, or you can submit a request for content and literature to send to your local government leaders and stuff like that, and what it's for. Like I need a topic. I need you to let me know what it's for so I can send you the right content. Okay. So it's easy. You just click on it and then you let me know what it's for. I will automatically have receive your email because of course you got to put your email in for it to be submitted. And then just give me, a few days to send you the information and I can send it to you and then you can send it out. And the thing is, everything is already formatted for you. So the only thing you got to change out is like local government's information. Say, for instance, if you need to send to your state capital and you're not in the state of Georgia, then you're going to need to change the address. If you're even if you live in the state of Georgia, but you live in a different county, your mayor is going to be different in a different city, rather in a different city and county. So you're going to just have to put their information in. That's it. But everything else is pretty much laid out. So the only information that you will have to change is the addressee, the person that's being addressed. And that's it. So but anyway, I thank you guys so much for listening, for watching. My accessories that I have on is by Teams to see uh, Tima's accessory, the necklace, the bracelet, the earrings. It's all by Tima's accessories. So you guys can go to her website, independent owned business, and get yourself some accessories too if you like these accessories. But without further ado, though, I do want to address the Gloves On campaign. You know, you can make a sponsorship or Patreon and donation if you like. This is where you can send it at the bottom. It's running through, so you can see that information where you can go to our advocacy page. And let me show you all this right quick. I'm sorry. I kind of like this in a way. That's because I like playing over it and stuff. I'm like a little kid in a candy store or in a toy store rather, playing with gadgets and stuff. But here we go. Gloves On campaign. Maybe sponsorship and donations. If you like, go on the website. To that website, you can even just go to the home page if you like and you can just scroll down just a little bit because when you go on the website, my website, you just going to scroll down just a little bit and you will see where it says Gloves On campaign. You will see this sign. You may see a one with a picture of me or something on it or whatever, but you will definitely see the Gloves On campaign and you can just click on it and get information and go to that page and make a donation. Or you could just go to the Cash App. We have a business account, Cash App. So, you know, it's registered TN, our EIN and all of that stuff. You don't have to give them that information, but if they request it, then you send it to them. Or you can go to the PayPal, PayPal me, paypal.me /CHEENLLC, or you can just go to the website, like I said, and make a donation or sponsorship donation, and you can write these off on your taxes. Okay, so I do appreciate that, and I just want to also show you guys this picture. This is just a collage of pictures from me battling chronic illnesses, diseases. I have some recent ones, and I need to go ahead and do a collage of the recent ones because some of these are um, from the last 7 years. The most recent one, I don't even have the most recent one on this collage, as a matter of fact. So the ones from a year ago, this last year, I have several from last. Oh my goodness, I have several from last year. um, I got to go ahead and put those, do a collage and make that. This is my Gloves On campaign right here. Um, my name is Lupus Slayer on that. Okay, so that's my warrior's name, Lupus Slayer, and you can follow me on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter if you like. Okay, so you can have that information up now. Also, if you guys would like an interview, you would like to if you would like to have a one-on-one interview with me, just let me know. We can get that scheduled for you guys. Let me see here. Yeah, but we can get that scheduled. As a matter of fact, let me pull this up so you guys can actually see it. Because I know you're just seeing the lupus right now. Okay, so let me go ahead and pull this up for you all so that you guys can see this as well. So let me take that off. It's just showing y'all the black screen because that's what I'm seeing. And it shouldn't be showing y'all the black screen. I should be able to see. Let me see. Ugh, let me see. Oh, it's just showing me again. Okay, for some reason, it didn't want to show that. But anyway, you still just go on the website and get all the information. But let me know if you guys need content materials, so you can send out to your local government leaders. And let's get together. Let's really unify. Either you want it or you don't. If you want to nitpick, keep arguing, bickering over the stupid stuff, then by all means, don't be expecting no results. That's all I'm saying. You can't get results if you're going to keep bickering, arguing, fighting over the little stuff. Everybody can't lead, and everybody isn't wise enough to lead. Everybody's not strong enough to lead. Everybody's immature enough to lead. Everybody isn't temperamental enough to lead. So you know that you still have issues with temper, and you got a problem with somebody sassing you. You're gonna want to always clap back all the time and be very argumentative with people all the time. Then you're not ready for leadership. So I'm not saying you just take mess off people, but you're just not ready for leadership. So let's just, tell the truth about that. But you guys have a good night. Um, and I thank you again for watching. God bless all on peace. And I'm out like a light. My rabbit's still bothering me too.